Welcome you and all to another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast, where we talk about Latino everything. I'm your host, Crispin Valentin. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe to the channel right now. Why? You have nothing to lose and so much to gain. Like this amazing story by DJ Sólsis. She's an amazing artist here in the DFW, pretty much booked all week long. So she does corporate events and so much more. And now to her episode. DJ Sólsis, ¿verdad? Sólsis. Yes. Hola, ¿cómo estás? How you doing?
Usted?
I'm great, man. Thank you so much. Gracias por estar aquí el día de hoy. We ran into the Cabo Bar randomly one day, and then we just ran into each other a few times. I'm like, I would love to have you one of these days. Mm-hmm. Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Absolutely. Are you ready, though? Before we get started, we're going to do Preguntas al Chile. If you have not subscribed to the channel, we got 2,000 subscribers and growing right now. Big shout out going out to all the ones that just subscribed recently. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the content. Do us a favor, subscribe. It costs nothing, and you gain so many stories, so many amazing stories like DJ Sólsis today. ¿Estás lista? Are you ready?
Sí, lista.
¿Tacos o tortas?
Tacos.
Corn tortilla or flour tortillas?
Corn.
Gorditas or pupusas?
Gorditas.
Salsa verde or salsa roja? What team are you?
Verde.
Menudo or pozole?
Pozole, duh.
Duh. Jarrito, ¿de qué sabor?
Jarrito, strawberry.
Strawberry. Agua de horchata, Jamaica o tamarindo?
Jamaica.
Yes. She didn't even let me finish the questions. So, Valentina, Tabasco, or Cholula, o Tapatio hot sauce?
Valentina.
Churro or flan?
Flan.
Most favorite genre to mix?
Probably cumbia.
Cumbia?
Yeah.
Cumbia.
Cumbia.
So, if you want to celebrate a big win, too, something happened, a gig, somebody you're going to be opening up for, salsa, cumbia, merengue, or bachata to dance and celebrate.
Oof, salsa, cumbia. Merengue. Merengue is universal.
Yeah. Easier to dance.
Yeah, for sure, for everyone.
Man, salsa is hard.
Yeah.
I know the basics. I think I still know the basics, but yeah. It's so easy to dance too.
Right.
So when you hear the word Latino, Latina, or Latinx, what is the very first things that comes to mind to you?
I would say generational, cultural differences. Yeah. Meaning just we are rooted from our parents, but we come to the U.S. and then they come to the U.S. and then we're born here. Latinos are like born in the U.S. Yeah. Essentially, I would say just overall for me, like cultural experiences.
Sounds good. Do you care if anybody calls you Latina? Do you mind? Do you embrace that term?
I love it. Yeah. Yes, I love it.
That's cool. Being a part of awesome. Culture, yeah. All right, let's get to a little bit of your story. So let's start in the beginning. Are you a first generation?
Yes, I am first generation. Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to have an interesting story from your parents or your mom or your dad of how they got to the States, or they were already here? Are they also been here before? Or how did that happen?
Yeah, so my parents migrated, I would say, I think it would probably be like maybe 30 years ago. So they've been here majority of their life at this point. But they both became at a very young age. My mom's from La Ciudad de Mexico.
El DF, Chilanga.
Yes.
No wonder
Capitalina.
Like Capitalina, disculpa.
Yes.
Sin ofender.
And then my dad is from Matamoros, Tamaulipas, but is also from Matehuala. San Luis Potosí. And they actually met here. So cool. Their story began here. My parents met in the hotel industry. They worked there in like pastries, literally you name it. In the hotel industry, they worked. That's exactly how they met. And that's how I'm here now. Were
you born here in the Dallas area?
Yeah, up north a little bit more, Carrollton Farmers Branch area.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, growing up, as far as for you, how did it feel for you to grow up? Did you realize you were in a different place as far as like speaking Spanish at the house compared to going to school? Maybe not so much. Or was the school even like fluently pretty much in Spanish? Or
yeah, I would say for the most part, my first language was Spanish, so that's how I would identify myself. Like I knew Spanish before anything else. And then going into school, I didn't necessarily feel different because I went to ESL for a little bit and eventually like got out of it pretty quickly. But for the most part, I went to Latino majority schools, so it didn't really feel it didn't feel different for me. No.
How about for you, as far as just in general growing up, childhood? Is there any particular interesting memories that you remember growing up, recalling back? I'm like, oh, that was pretty neat that we used to do this. You know?
Are you saying just
growing up?
Oh, just growing up in general. For my family, like the main thing is how I even got to music is dancing. So that's one thing that kind of like brings us together, is we get together and dance, and we have differences, but at the end of the day, we're always doing the same thing. So we have this theory that we only get invited to parties because they know we're going to start the dance because we're the first people to get up. And
Who do you, when did y'all started like thinking about this theory?
When we were a little bit older, I would say a few years ago, or we would sit down and talk about like, do you think people like only really invite us because we start the dance? Like probably, but we embrace it, so we love it.
Because it's a weird thing sometimes, right? Yeah. Like if you're in a party, quinceañera, wedding, or whatever, and there's nobody in the dance floor, it's like a deterrent for you to go and be the first one to be by yourself.
Right.
But there's people they don't care. Yeah. They just gotta dance. Is that who y'all are?
No, that's exactly who we are.
That's cool. That's ain't nothing wrong with y'all. Party starters.
No, yeah, that's
Put that to the resume. Yeah. Okay, so. Do you remember the first genre of music that you were like kind of sort of like finding the groove to it? Was it like, because having rhythm is like it's like an internal thing that you can't really tell, but you have it or you don't have it.
Period. That's it. But I would say definitely cumbias but really we danced to everything. Yeah. You know, holidays was like the biggest times that we danced. Christmas up until like 3 a.m. Dancing cumbias, bachata, salsa, merengue, caballo dorado, like all the traditional music that Latinos usually dance to. So really that's what I think gave me the ability to be versatile.
So you started that's your first introduction to music, but you're not thinking of DJing at all whatsoever.
No.
Is it a fantasy? Is it because I know your brother was kind of dabbing into? I don't know if you saw him during that time that he was getting into DJing.
So my little brother actually got into it before I did. That's kind of how it started essentially, and he's been DJing 2 years longer than I have. I will be 2 years in February, so he has some time on me. And really, I just went over there, watched him for a little, and I was like, if he can do it, I can do it, obviously. Okay.
We'll get to that story here in a second. Let's hold on. But that's pretty neat that you say that. You went to school. You went to school in general just for, I don't know exactly what you study in, but you graduated and everything? Yeah. Or how did that go for you as far as your experience in college and being a first gen también?
Yeah, that's a great point. I am first generation college. So I know you asked earlier that question about when did you start feeling different? I would say that's probably the first point in my life when I started feeling there's just more types of people around me. So that's where I kind of, my mind started shifting a little bit more. And then in reference, what was the other question you asked?
In regards to what were you studying? What did you go to one of the
So I went to school right after high school, Texas State University in San Marcos, and studied business management with a concentration in sales. So that's what I did. I graduated, went into sales, sold lighting, appliances, hardware to national distributor Ferguson. So we basically distributed supplies. I worked with contractors, builders, homeowners. We helped them build shower systems, custom shower systems. So that helped me just learning like general business, being out there. And then after that, I kind of just grew into a higher position. I went into a different job, and then I ended up back into the service industry at one point at the Ritz-Carlton as a server and a bartender every now and then. So I was kind of like all over the place due to like COVID and shifts in life as well. So it's crazy how I landed.
That's like, cool.
Here, literally.
Let's backtrack just a little bit. So that job in general, was it more male driven? Was there a lot of females? Was there any Latinas at all doing what you was doing at that time?
In my sales position at Ferguson,
yes.
There was a lot of women. It was a showroom. It was majority there wasn't many Latina showroom consultants when I worked in Houston, but for sure, like it was very different working in a sales position when you're being managed by different types of cultures and you're used to like only one type of person, different mentalities, adapting to different types of people.
Oh yeah. Some of them were different, challenging than others.
No, for
try to either sell or just have them build that trust of you need this and you can take it home.
Right.
Buy it.
Right.
So you had to go all the way to Houston to work for that particular company.
So I actually worked in Houston, trained there right after college when I got the job. And then I actually moved to New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I lived in New Orleans for a year.
How was that for you?
It was so great. I loved it. I loved the slow pace, the Southern vibe. Like, just the energy is very different.
And
like
then it goes crazy in Bourbon Boulevard, whatever, Bourbon Street.
Yeah, but the local scene is a lot better, for sure.
It's not like what they put in the videos and stuff like that.
It's one street.
I've been to there before. Yeah. Okay, being there and being Latina and knowing some of the things that we know, did you get like a weird, eerie feeling when you're there? Did you ever feel any type of way? Because I was there and it felt funny to me.
I would say no.
No?
No.
It was just me and those.
It was just you. Yeah, no, definitely not.
I went to see the swamp. I went to do all that stuff and they showed us the cemetery and I was just in Bourbon Street. I don't know. I just get like a
the history.
Weird little feeling, at least for me.
No, there's history. I think it's definitely just, what is it? A little bit roughed out, but I mean, it's really Southern. It's a beautiful place to be. I think the people more, if anything, not necessarily the scenery.
Yeah. No, the people seem very cool.
Yes,
as far
and
as,
the food, of course.
Yeah, that definitely that Creole food.
Yes. Delicious.
So you get laid off at that time, and that's what makes you come back over here.
No, so I actually continued to work for the company, and then unfortunately, some family stuff happened, so I moved back to Houston to take care of that, and then moved back to Dallas when COVID hit because there was really nothing else to do in Houston. And I moved back to Dallas, and then I just started living here again, bought a house, and just got settled back in here.
So during that time, are you still getting into DJing at all?
Not at all.
That thing? There's still nothing going on.
No.
That's 2020.
Yeah, I would say like I like the music scene. I used to go to festivals a lot of house festivals, Electric Forest, I mean, I've been all over the world, Michigan State, like I've been Tennessee to go to different festivals. I like to do that as well.
That's cool.
Haven't had the opportunity to, but that's definitely what I love to do.
So you still loved it, but you weren't even thinking of DJing.
Not at all.
Come to Dallas, you're working at the Ritz, and it's still just working in general?
Yeah, just working, trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to do. And then it kind of just, that's when my brother, he had already been DJing.
So take me back to the moment, like, you knew he was DJing, you're just going to go check him out and hang out with him and see him practice?
Yeah, at his house, just hang out. Just like, I see my brothers often.
And what is his DJ name?
G Money.
What up, G Money?
G Money.
So you check out G Money, you see him get down, and you're like, if he could do it, I could do it.
Exactly.
Kind of like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's my little brother. Whatever.
Okay. So what is the first step that you take to, because you actually went to school, so you were enrolled.
So I talked to him and I was like, I want you to teach me, but I also don't want you to teach me because I didn't want him to say, oh, I taught you everything.
Why is that important for you?
No, it was just more of a joke, to be honest.
Nah, for real.
No, I would say like, because I really wanted to learn the technicality, and I knew that he didn't have like knowledge on that, because I was like, I want to learn in an accelerated way, and this is the only way to invest into it a little bit. Okay. And never did I think this was going to be a job. This was just really just entertainment, pure entertainment for myself, because we like music, we have rhythm, we love to listen to different styles of music, like my brother and I. So I just got into it, and at the DJ School of Dallas, that's exactly where I went.
8-week course?
Yeah, it's 8 weeks.
But you took private lessons in addition, didn't you?
So during the 8 weeks, I didn't take private lessons. I would just come before and hang out after. And DJ Titan, he taught me everything, and DJ Solder, the owner, like they taught me a lot of things out there. But I would stay before or stay after and just kind of like pick up on random things. And I just kind of invested into it a little bit more than I thought I would, to be honest. And it just became more natural, quicker.
So would you say that you kind of got bit with the bug when you realized what you could do with just a turntable and music, and how can you put it together to, because DJing is just creating an entire beat, continuous, nonstop, the same way, all the way over and over.
Right.
But there's a technique to it. There's BPMs, there's all kinds of stuff that's involved with it, right?
For sure.
Did you immediately, when you saw that, are like a rush?
I would say the rush happened probably 6 months into it.
Yeah.
Because initially, no, it doesn't feel like that. It's more of a mental drain, because it's like, why am I not understanding this? Why isn't it clicking? But once you get that, like, I think the moment for me was when I was able to blend 4 tracks in a row without planning it. Like, it was just like how I feel like I got confident was I never planned anything out initially when I was learning. I would just go for it. Follow the steps that were given to me to do it, and see what it sounded like. And from that, it evolved into something else. That like, okay, like, this is actually cool.
So theory, they teaching you theory. Are they teaching you still practice as well? But what was the most challenging part that you were not getting? Like, why is this not clicking? What was it?
I would say understanding phrasing. So phrasing is essentially the changes in music, and phrasing within different genres is difficult as well. I mean, salsa sometimes doesn't have counts, because back in the day they were like just
freestyling,
going ham, just whatever. Hip hop has standard phrasing, there's different genres, and I feel like once I got that, everything just became pretty easy, because DJing is moving in rhythm too. Like, essentially it's always counting 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4. And at some point, you stop counting in your head, and it just becomes
you start hearing your ear starts getting trained to the sounds,
right? And it just becomes like a dance. Like, every button I touch, I feel like I'm dancing with it. Nice. Like, it becomes a flow. So
at the 6-week mark, whenever you kind of clicked, everything clicked for you. Did you in a gig? Did you immediately after school started doing gigs? Or you would just practice and see what happens?
No, so I would say immediately after I graduated, I started to just take on gigs free.
How did that go? How did that happen? First of all, why free? And how do you go about approaching people to DJ in their establishment?
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways. I've gone business about different ways. Initially, when I graduated from the school, I did the St. Patty's parade with my little brother. We have a tradition to be on a corner and DJ. He did it before. This time I did it. And that was like the first, I planned out a set because I was like, I don't want to mess up, right? But he challenged me and he put me on, and he was like, your set's not going to work for this crowd right now. Like, figure it out on the fly. And that was like a pivotal moment too, of like DJing freestyle kind of, but like prepared. What was your other question?
Well, I forgot either too. But in general, like, one thing that the DJs have to know how to do is read the crowd.
Right.
So your brother was a little bit more advanced in the sense that he knew, but you weren't capturing that at that moment yet, right?
No, because I was so stuck on playing that playlist in order because I didn't want it to sound bad, right? So I think that was a little challenging, but that's when I started, like, instantly the next gig, challenge myself. Okay, be prepared in a different way, not overly prepared in the exact same way you want to position everything, but just a general energy, like, readers,
So you pretty much had to invest quite a bit starting off because you did the course, and then of course equipment, whether you're going to have your own speakers, whether you're going to have your controller, your mixer board, the music itself, where you're going to get it from, how you maneuver all that to get prepared to be able to even do it for your gig, because you have to have music to be able to DJ.
Yes.
You can't DJ 20 tracks over and over. Yeah,
so starting off with just like the equipment, my first board I bought myself off of my brother's friend. It wasn't a lot, $400 maybe, right? Cool. Like, I thought it was reasonable for what it was.
What did you get first one?
It's a SRT 1000, a 2-channel. So
2-channel.
It's a sturdy one. But I actually was very fortunate enough to meet the right people, specifically my friend Josh Altura. Also, I was in the program with me at the DJ school, and we became really friends. Cool. We became really close friends, and he was capable of purchasing a lot of equipment, so he actually like let me borrow it, a lot of it, for a really long time. So I'm super blessed in that aspect, and eventually it built up to like getting my own things, and I had the opportunity to give those free gigs out because at that time I was still working at the hotel as well. So and those were free gigs because they needed to be lessons, and the person receiving the service also knew that as well. So
yeah, not only that, but you have to put in those hours, the muscle memory to remember how to do it, learning the part that you're confident enough to get paid. Take me back to your very first paid gig. How was that? Where was the place? Yes. What was the approach to the business, and how did it go about for you?
So my first paid gig was a friend for her dad's. He became a citizen, so it was like
congratulations.
They were celebrating his win on that. So she's like, "Okay, this is how much we're gonna give you," and I'm like, "Okay, perfect." I didn't expect anything, but we'll take it, right?
That's cool.
And it was at her house, her parents' house, and it was fun. It was cute. I was prepared and asked the right questions on what genre they wanted. They gave me a general playlist, and I added onto it and organized it accordingly.
Cool.
But yes.
What about the music? How do you go about building up your music as far as what you have? Because
that one's such a crazy question. Okay.
And for me, that was easy because I DJ too, right?
Okay.
Not like you like high speed like the beats that you have, but I don't know how to do. That's why I know some of the technicality.
You know the technicality, yeah.
Yes.
So music.
I'm more of an MC though.
Hey, I need to learn MC
Let me
qualities.
know.
Okay,
I got you.
Okay, so I'm in the midst of my music journey. Essentially, I think at this point I can transition well, and I feel like it's smooth, right? And I'm still learning how to read energy. But music has been the most challenging in the sense of like selection and being organized. So I've recently built the perfect system, and I don't mind sharing it at all because maybe it's not going to work for someone, right? And maybe it will.
Yeah.
But essentially, Serato, I use smart crates, and I basically pull or have each column mean something. So essentially, like the title, right? The BPM, the key, those are standard. The next one, I put grouping. This is where I have how I can use this song. For example, I'll label it heart / sing, a heartful sing along. And then automatically that I can make a crate, and like it'll automatically pull all those tracks in there. So I have different variables like hands up or like stuff like that, essentially to room control. So that's kind of how I've built out my system. It's still not done yet because I'm essentially using my new laptop to do that, to stay organized, relabel everything, relabel all my cues for 5,000 songs that I have currently, delete music I don't need, reestablish myself before going into the new year with heavy load of music that I don't necessarily need now that I know what the expectations are for my business. So.
People don't understand how many hours it takes to even just organize your crates, right?
Yes, at this point I have a system. Every day I have to do 150. Hopefully by end of January I will, or like a little over that, I'll be done. But yes, it's tedious work, but it also helps because it helps me know what's in my library. And
you do have to stay organized if you're a DJ. You can.
And if you want to be versatile, I think that's the biggest. I think it's to a fault. Being versatile, it can be bad because you have to work harder, or it takes more time to build that because you're trying to do a lot of things. Yeah.
Take me back. Let's backtrack just a bit for the very first gig paid. Like you were there. You got your stuff set up.
Right.
Whatever time it takes you to set up and everything, you kind of try everything, make sure it's good. I don't know if you went through some trouble to try to, the freaking thing's not coming on, but the speaker's not on. It happened to me before.
Yeah.
It's like, why is there no sound coming on this thing? Oh, shoot, speaker on.
Yeah, literally.
So after you were set up and everything, you troubleshoot everything, sounds coming out, looking good. How you feeling that you're getting paid for your first gig? Even though it's a friend, still, there's money coming in.
No, I think it was funny to me, if anything. I'm like, this is cute. Like, I'm doing this because I love my friend and, and her dad. But really, I didn't have like a sense of like value. I think my biggest sense of value I got was when I got like my first private event, like corporate event. Like I'm like, okay, I'm valuable. Like I'm getting paid to do quality work. That's like the first time. Because like I feel like when you're first starting off, again, I still thought it was a hobby. Like this did not begin to become a business until the new year. Like
and that
last
is
year,
2025.
Yeah, essentially. Like,
so you filed your LLC.
Yes.
At that time.
Yes.
Why did you decide to go ahead and you said this is not a hobby no more? I think I have something here and I want to make it more legit and file paperwork and everything.
Right. So 8 months into DJing, I think when I started getting consistent work on the weekends, it started to become overwhelming, essentially for like tax purposes and like business purposes, right? Mm-hmm. And it just seemed like the right move, to be honest. And it's super easy to do. So my friend Josh, he helped me, walked me through it. He talked to me about how simple it is to run a business overall.
Mm-hmm. So you're not just DJing, you're actually running your DJ business that you did with everything set up the way it's supposed to be because, again, tax purposes. Right, yes. A lot of DJs get in trouble for that. Yeah. They think just getting paid cash and this and that and 1099 is not following it like no. Uncle Sam was his. I met at the St. Patty's parade. I was just hanging out with the homies because I used to hang around with some DJs too. So I was hanging out with them, and this IRS guy comes around asking just random questions like, "Oh, so how do y'all get money? Or how do you?" I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm not a DJ. You go fucking
wrong guy.
Use the language, but you go ask him, bro. I don't know nothing, bro. But I knew. I'm like,
okay, I know that you know that we know.
Yeah, but I ain't telling you nothing. So go ask somebody else. Yeah. But yeah, it was funny how because before even I met him or ran into him, I knew that other homies had gotten in trouble because they're not. Right. They're making money and then
doing the right steps, essentially.
So, yeah, eventually.
The smart one, eventually, yeah.
You're going to have to pay Uncle Sam his part. No, sure. Okay, so the first corporate gig, how did that come about? And did you already have everything set up and finished?
Yeah, so I think my first big corporate gig was BCG Company. I got that through a friend, Angelique. They were looking for 3 different DJs, and it was a silent disco. So essentially, everyone would walk. It was at the Dallas Arboretum. Oh, cool. Everyone would walk into a tent. They would get headphones, and there was 3 different colors. I was pink. There was like blue, and then like a greenish.
That's neat.
And they were tuning into
whatever frequency
they wanted to listen to. I thought it was fun. I felt like it was effortless, and the payout was like just the feeling of like receiving that was like okay.
Sometimes someone will be paying good.
I don't know. That's yeah. It was an honor, to be honest. Like it was like, yes, it's about the music. It's about creating a vibe. But when you're running a business, your mindset shifts a little bit more into okay, like a little hustle mode because your life essentially depends on it. Right. Versus like going out and partying, and that's fun, but it does get to the point where you kind of have to figure it out.
Tell me about that part, because I think it's a little bit challenging to be in the industry and not to, because every other song somebody wants to bring you a shot or a drink or what do you want, and eventually you have to mix and you have to be focused because it's still, you have to be the one watching, making sure the crowd don't get too rowdy. How do you manage that, or when did that come about for you to be able to like, I can't get drunk?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So yes, that is an amazing question. Initially, obviously it wasn't my business, right? So I was enjoying it a little bit more in the drinking aspect. And you're right. Like it becomes, you're in the scene and people are bringing you shots. It's encouraging. They're hyping you up. They're, it's free. The bar's trying to get you drunk because you're making the crowd move. So I think, I'm 30, so like also I've partied a lot. I would say like I partied a lot in college. So it does get to the point to where it becomes a shallow place when you get drunk, go DJ, go home, wake up, sleep in, do the same thing the next night. You're just kind of like living to like get to that point. And it becomes very shallow. It becomes very empty. So it's become a journey in that aspect, but I've learned it really quickly because I've already had my fair shares of like, okay, I probably pushed it to the limit for sure. So they're definitely lessons learned.
Yeah. How do you keep the customers and the staff that they want to give you drinks without offending them? Because some might get offended.
Oh, no. I think, no, I don't care really, because it gets to the point where you just say no and they know.
Yeah.
But I think when I do private events, for the most part, like I won't, unless it's like a family event, I won't consume. I have rules now when I drink, like during the week when I work during the bars, I drink once a week. So like if I wanted to, just in the more creative aspect, when it's more work related, I try not to, because it just kills the vibe.
Yeah.
And you're tired and you still have to carry all the equipment, and
it's tough sometimes being a DJ.
Yeah, no. And carrying the equipment in heels, like I've done that before, girls.
You're a little body. I don't like want to break down stuff at the end of the night too, because I'm like,
no. Once that timer's over, instantly I put myself in this mentality of like, okay, just flow, get it done. Because once you get negative and you're tired, oh my God, it hurts even more. It's so draining. It
hurts even more. Okay, you got an opportunity to open for Tribal, Monterrey.
Yes.
How did that opportunity come? How did they find you? You were part of some other DJs that they had as well, but they were going to be the main event, right?
So how did I get that gig? So the last year I did a New Year party at the Sova Hotel. And there was this gentleman who came up to me and asked me, was only playing like disco dance music for that crowd. Mm-hmm. And he came up to me, he's like, do you do Latin music? And I was like, do I do Latin music? Sorry, yes, I do. And so he pointed me in the direction of Victor, and his business is Chakis. So he's a talent agency. He hired me at La Mina. We made a connection. He continued to hire me at La Mina for random little gigs. And then he just... he told me, he reached out to me, he's like, would you be interested in DJing for Tribal Monterrey? And I was like, my childhood, like my quinceañera era, yes, of course. Absolutely. And so it didn't come up, so I didn't think it was gonna happen. And then months later he reached out to me again. He's like, hey, Tribal Monterrey, you ready? And I was like, yes, I'm super excited. I went super prepared to it, because I wanted to show like professionalism that I got taught at the DJ school of Dallas. Mm-hmm. Like there's professionalism to DJ that sometimes you don't learn until you go through it. But showing up on time, having a USB, doing sound check, having a backup USB,
backup to the backup.
Yeah, seriously. And how to talk to people when you get there, like what to say, who to go to, what the green room is, like all those little variables. Yeah, I invested to learn to that, and a lot of those things are also common things, courtesies, right?
Yeah, so, of course.
But yeah, that's how I got that little gig. And
how does it feel playing actually being on stage and getting to jam out and playing?
Yeah, I was nervous. I usually don't get nervous unless it's like big opportunities like that, because it just becomes natural, right?
Yeah.
But I was super nervous, and as soon as I started playing and I saw the crowd moving, and I was like, okay, I got this. Like, because I came prepared for that. I am a laptop DJ, but I know how to DJ on USB as well. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things that I learned at the DJ schools. Thankfully, I had a board that was only Serato, so I ended up learning both. But sorry, I lost my train.
I like Serato too.
Yeah.
I do with Serato. You were prepared for Tribal Monterrey, and you saw the people moving, but you knew that you had to have and be ready and be over-prepared to perform.
Over-prepared, and I came with this like set playlist, and I didn't deviate. The last 30 minutes was freestyle, because I was like, okay, I got this. Like, I already know what they expect. But sometimes on USBs, it's harder for me, because that's not as accessible as a laptop where you can like type in and go on stream the song. Laptop. Yeah, I like both. I like the
laptop better.
I like USB, because that's all of the music that you're gonna play.
That's all.
And you have to be prepared for any scenario on USB, and that's also like my goal within the next 3 months. Have that perfect USB and then build it, because there's been scenarios where I'm like, oh, I could have used this, and it's part of it.
Does it happen to you whenever you go back, like, oh, I should have played this?
Oh, yeah, all the time. All the time.
That's cool. Okay, so you also get to do Ray Burger. I believe you also got to do a show with him, right?
Yeah, I got to open for him twice.
That's cool.
He was super genuine guy. The first time, it was a connection through DJ Titan, and we kind of connected. He's such a smart guy, and he's very genuine. He's always like trying to help other upcoming DJs.
Is he from Houston or here?
I'm pretty sure he's from Dallas.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the second round, he just reached out to me again. I was like, of course, dude, I'd love to like DJ with you.
Now, there's one thing about being a DJ, and then there's the other part. If you want to get to those bigger platforms, those festivals, those David Guetta type of thing, you have to be able to produce. Is that something that you have seen in your future that you wanted to dive into? How to make tracks, how to put them together and have your own original things, or not necessarily?
I would say yes and no. I would say no right now because I'm prioritizing my business. How I want to be versatile is I do love being a club DJ. I do like being a wedding DJ. Like I do like being a festival, whatever type of DJ that you need me for. So I feel like all those other creative things will come once I established myself.
That's cool. Yeah, it's only been legit a year, maybe 2 years going.
Yes, year. It'll be a year in business for sure.
Yeah, but DJing technically about roughly 2 years or so,
yeah,
right?
It'll be 2 years in February.
2 years. Yes. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes.
Now, as far as now that you're everywhere, like a whole week worth of. I seen your schedule.
Yes.
I seen your schedule, and you have how many places you're DJing this week?
Well, it's up until the 10th, but like 6.
6.
Yes.
So I know you mentioned earlier the talent agent person. Is that somebody that you have, or do you actually yourself go and talk to the venues and like, hey, I'm a DJ. I don't know if you have something that you present to them, a video or something, whatever. Right.
Yeah. So luckily, most of my opportunities, I think one of the only opportunities that I walked into was the Trove. Shout out the Trove. That's like one of the first that's the first residency I got in Bishop Arts and just in general. But I was the only place I walked in. Other than that, thankfully everything, I hate to say that, but everything has come to me in that sense. But now that my business is shifting, I am the one in outreach mode right now. So this beginning of the year, I have a new logo coming, a new like shift in it. It's going to be a stamp rather than like my name. Just a little bit more elegant, minimalist, kind of like that in between, versatile to kind of like showcase everything.
Is that the shift that you're referring to regarding to the business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're kind of rebranding a little bit and making different things, because when people overcomplicate the logo, of course, I'm not the greatest example for our logos.
Right.
Because it's too colorful.
I like it.
But it looks beautiful.
It does look
but when you want to think of simplicity for logos and memorable, you talk about McDonald's, Coca-Cola.
Right.
Very simple.
Nike.
Everybody knows what it is. Nike. Check. You already know. Right. So that's kind of sort of the approach that you were going with?
A little bit more, yes. And that's the battle that I fight, right? Because I like the artistic side of it. I like when I get to do Afro, like house, Ray Burger style stuff, guaracha. But then I also have to cater to corporate events if I want to be in that level.
Yeah.
And that also comes with the professionalism.
Yeah.
But logos is professionalism as well. So
yeah. Whenever you DJ, and as far as do you do quinceañeras también?
I haven't done one.
You have not done one?
No.
Yeah.
No, but I had one, so.
There's a lot more moving pieces, girl.
Well,
weddings are nice and
you're
easier,
right.
But when it comes to quinceañeras, especially the ones that are full blown, like freaking chambelanes, court, the whole 9, and they want to do it bilingual, man, it gets tricky.
No, I'm sure. I feel like anything is possible if you prepare, right?
Yeah.
Especially with DJing, it's just preparation. And I've learned that the hard way. I've had my fair shares of embarrassing feelings, right?
What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you?
Oh my God.
If you don't mind sharing.
No, I
that
don't.
Somebody else can learn from. They can not make the same mistake. In that
I'm
approach.
Trying to think.
I don't want to put you.
No, I really have to think of one because there's many, but I would say the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me.
The worst thing can happen a lot of times when your music shuts off.
I know the worst. The embarrassing. So I did a wedding and I was using somebody else, the wedding venue's equipment. I had never done that. there was a static noise. I couldn't figure it out. And it just...
wire.
I don't know. It had to do with like a setting. Oh, and I had just started using a mixer, so I had to do a setting with like on my laptop. I can't remember exactly what, because I like Googled it and I was just in the midst of things and I blacked out, I swear. But
so you panicked?
Yeah, it was sickening. Oh, well, like internally it was sickening, right? Because that's literally the sound of the room. And so thankfully I had an MC who was experienced and he figured it out. And I think it just made me feel really like sick to my stomach, and I like, that's somebody's time, you know, somebody's money, you know, so it's definitely... Did
you fix it before you went into the party and the ceremony and everything?
No, it happened. The static noise happened like probably like 15 minutes into people sitting down enjoying their drinks or their food.
How do you pick yourself up after having that feeling to be wanting to go back and do it again? Where do you get the strength for it, or what made you want to say, okay, it finally happened, let me just get back on the horse and do it again?
Yeah, that's a good question. I did start, you know, creating doubt of, is this the right move? You know, is private events or weddings, is that something that I want to do? Because it is somebody's big day. It's a big commitment, and you're committing to, they're investing and you're committing to you. So I think what helped me bounce back was that this is all I have, essentially, and this is the best way that I can, you know, I kind of torturing myself in that sense.
Right.
And as soon as the next day I had another wedding, so I had like back to back, and I was just as prepared, but my confidence just boosted up because I'm like, hey, I have to show up for these people no matter what, you know, no matter what happened. And even that night of the wedding, like I bounced back because it's in the moment, right? You feel gut wrenching, but you have to use that in order to move forward, because it's a big deal, you know, it's a lot of responsibility.
After that event happened, what do you think you could have done different to make sure that it didn't happen that way?
I would say definitely get there even an hour earlier, even though you're using someone. I was there, I think, an hour and a half earlier. And even though you're using somebody else's equipment, like get there 3 hours before just to sit down, relax, knowing, you know, it worked.
Yeah.
But it's a lesson, right?
I mean, that's another one too. The punctual time and then running behind and then trying to get it. It's not worth your time.
It's not.
Like, one of the DJ homies that I work for, the MC, like usually he's way earlier, like 2-3 hours early. But it makes sense because sometimes we go like Arkansas, Missouri, you name it. We go out of town sometimes, and one time we got a flat.
Yes,
right. Getting to
that's expected.
Real close. I mean, it wasn't expected, but luckily we had accounted for the time.
Right.
We changed the tire right back on the road, and we were able to put everything together before anybody got to sit down.
Right.
So we were good to go.
Right.
But a lot of people don't think about those things that you last minute trying to make it's not going to happen for you.
No.
It's because that's when the things started going wrong. Something that happened, the wire's not turning on, your mic's not working, all kinds of stuff.
You don't bring extra XLRs, power cords, power to your board, all of that. And this year I have inventory list.
Yeah. The power source is freaking miles away, and you have to find a way to, man.
Yeah.
That's all kinds of stuff that has to be happening.
That's why I do venue walkthroughs now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Before you...
I've actually done them since the beginning of time. I feel like...
That's cool.
Nobody had to tell me that. I feel like that's the smartest thing to do. Venue walkthroughs.
So for anybody that's trying to check you out here in the Dallas area mostly, where can they find you at? You remember your schedule at all? Do you want to... I don't know if you want to look at it.
No, I don't remember.
Excuse me. I can probably look at it.
Definitely... I'm going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm at a tattoo shop.
That's
chaotic
cool.
Tattoo shop in Fort Worth. It's a tattoo party. That's going to be fun. That's Sunday. Yeah, I don't know. I always have to look. That's embarrassing.
I'm trying to see if you have it on your IG.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a tattoo party going on tomorrow. This one right here, right?
Yes, but my actual...
I thought I seen the schedule. I don't know if it was on the story or not.
Yeah, where is it?
Actually, I definitely saw it.
Oh, here it is.
Okay, what you got?
So Chaotic Zen Tattoo Party, and then I am on Sunday, Tiny Victories. that's going to be so much fun. I'm going to collaborating with Echo in Oak Cliff. He does food, tacos.
That's cool.
So we're going to do a cumbia norteña vibe. He's going to have food vendor. It's just something different. We don't listen to a lot of norteñas. Nobody Mas Chingon, I know they have norteñas. At the Trove, I'll play every now and then. But when it's targeted towards like norteñas and cumbia sonidera, like all that stuff, I feel like it would be a good crowd. Sunday, Tuesday, I'll be at the Trove. I'll do hip hop, R&B, and then in with some Latin usually.
Yeah.
Wednesday, the 7th, I'll be at Boogie's from 10 to 2. This is like one of those extreme creative things I like to do. I'll probably play funk, groove, any Afro inspired disco, Latin disco, really anything.
One of the things that I noticed whenever I was checking some of your videos out, especially the one from the House of Blues, man, girl, you don't stop. You just grooving the whole night.
Oh,
like, how the heck does she do it?
Honestly, yeah, I think it's just natural energy. Like, the music. It's just music.
Just I don't know if you ever see your video, but it won't stop.
I know.
Like, girl,
I'm always
a
bouncing.
lot of energy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of energy.
And then Thursday, I'll be at Tiny Victories. So I've been doing Tiny Victories. I'm going to try to change the concept a little bit and do a little bit more targeted towards like Afro world music, some like light salsa, just like nothing like with a lot of words, just like sounds, and then end the night with some Latin heavy.
So truly a open format DJ.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say. For New Year's, I did a senior citizens club as their New Year's Day and did it at 11. It was amazing. It was the best experience ever. And I had never done 50s, 60s, Rolling Stones. Like, that's the genre that I'm like, okay, I don't really know like that, right? And it was challenging and I had enough time and I prepared for it. And I honestly am going to tap into that and start reaching out to retirement homes because it was so much fun. It's pure, they're enjoying their time. And I had I love old people and children. So
that's awesome.
They're like the easiest crowds. You could play anything and they're going to dance. Yeah.
You'll be the tios.
Yeah.
And the tias.
And the
they be
song
complaining. They don't even pay nothing. And then they go tell on you to the mom. Que no has tocado freaking whatever song.
Yeah. And then I have one more. Going to my first out of state, the Alabama. I have a gig in Alabama. So.
What you got going on in Alabama?
It's gonna be a little, not little, I guess. It's called Perreo Pa' las Nenas by this group out there. They reached out to me. It's run by I think her name is Erica.
That's cool.
We had a good conversation. I like working with Latinas, especially if they're women. Like, let's work together. Let's make some money. Let's hustle. Push each other. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. Something different to start the year off. And I was worried that I wasn't gonna like survive, but if anything, I'm really honored and blessed to have these opportunities, and I'm gonna just continue to work and hustle.
That's amazing. Anything else regarding your DJ career that you learned that are like, you'd be like, man, I wish somebody would have told me this sooner?
Oh my gosh. Probably probably the music organization and the music knowledge overall, just how it is set up for success.
It's hilarious what people from a perspective from the outside is different from when you're actually doing it. Like, for example, everybody thinks they can get on a podcast and talk forever. Sure, go ahead, get down. Please,
it's hard.
Do it. But everything else, setting up, getting ready for you, the whole shebang took a whole week.
Right.
Even from the time we just set the date to having you here, to finding stuff about you to be able to have a conversation instead of just like, oh my God, this is so boring. Why are you talking? You know what I mean? Yeah. So all that, and then putting everything out in the background to a DJ, that the equipment, the music, organize it. You think that, like, for anybody that never DJ, is like, oh, we just have a couple songs and no.
And then those are like the type of conversations, I have with clients. I'm still trying to figure out I think the best way to interact with clients for me has been just being honest, obviously, about your experience.
Right.
Tell them what you can provide and tell them what you've done already.
Whenever they're trying to book you, what did they want to see mostly? Your social media or some video that you've done, or hear a mix?
I think definitely people use social media as a starting point, and then they're going to go into the mix. But yeah, I think that's the route that people are taking. I was kind of, I wouldn't say against social media. It was just really hard for me to jump into it so naturally. I needed to find a way to do it in the way that was a little bit more, I don't know. I think social media is weird, but just a little bit more genuinely me versus like trying to do trends. I still kind of struggle with it a little bit.
I see you putting some videos out there like kind of trendy a little bit, but people enjoy that stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see the people behind you. I would never let anybody, I'm like a little older, like everybody's in front of me.
Yeah.
Y'all right there. Y'all ain't gonna get behind me.
I know.
I got wires and all kinds of stuff. You stay right there.
I get it.
But you know, whoever started that, all of a sudden I want everybody behind the DJ jamming out, which is cool. It looks great.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it now. I found value in it. And
yeah, of course.
For sure. Like every video, I feel like comes a different opportunity, right? Because again, I'm trying to show my versatility. So if anything, that's the direction I'm going.
Are you planning out any more probably produced videos?
Yeah.
Maybe so?
Yeah, for sure. I have some ideas of the direction I want to, like I've written ideas of different types of directions I want to take content because I want them to be continuous stories.
Do you have any of your mixes anywhere that people can go listen to?
I have
check it out?
boogies on YouTube, Cucuy Fest that I did a long time ago, like Guaracha, Tech House. And then I recently released one from Emerald's Lounge, a little bit more soulful, disco-y and with some house. So
are they on YouTube or Mixcloud or any of that stuff?
They're all on YouTube. And then I have a old school, hip hop old school R&B one from Atlas from Mother's Day. On SoundCloud. So.
That's cool. Before we run the show on time, thank you so much. Before I let you go, once again, all your social media, where can people reach you at? Where can they? Actually, no. Before that, when you were driving over here, you're like thinking about. You never done a podcast,
right? No,
this first time.
Yes.
Yay! Again.
Yes.
But you were thinking, I hope he asked me about this, or I hope we touch up on this. Is there anything in your mind that was like, man, I really wish we talk about this?
Yeah, I would definitely say like where essentially my music taste came from. Overall, my mom's from Mexico City, so like cumbias, right? Like, Capitalina. Right. Okay. Latin, the rocks, all that stuff. Claro. And my dad's from San Luis, so we got like some regional styles. But my dad's also like from Tampico, so I kind of have like the beach style. So I really have an appreciation for my parents and their music tastes, and just like the way that's kind of translated into my family. So just appreciate that, and it's kind of the one thing that like keeps us together for the most part. So
well, it's a great part that they introduce you, because a lot of parents might not want you to even play the music, not only learn about it. But I know you mentioned it a few times about that part. Do you really feel like, in regards to your ear, your rhythm, and everything else, was because of the way the environment you grew up with, the music, that they kind of sort of like got you to be a little bit more natural as far as DJing?
1,000%, yes. Like the way listening to music all the time and just dancing is literally why I think DJ is fitting for me, if anything, because it's easy. Like it becomes natural. Well, I mean, obviously it took me time to get to, I think like I'm better now. I think I'm better now, like I'm more focused into like the flow, right? But once it becomes to a point where you're DJing and you're just talking like to someone, well, a lot of people come up and talk to you. It's like, come on, man. It's cool, right? But once I get into that flow and that mindset where it's mindless, I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
It becomes less of a job. The job is everything else that you have to do business-wise, marketing, sales, understanding business, building a CRM system, a flow, sales order process, like everything.
So are you combining all the stuff you learned in college with your business?
Essentially, yes. And the biggest thing is connections.
Yeah. Networking? Do you do any networking at all, or just in general when you're on about just connecting with people?
Yeah.
Because that's how we connected.
That's
literally,
exactly
like,
how we connected.
In like the cover bar,
right.
just chilling. Like that's how you walk in with your homies. Like, hey, what's up?
Right.
And that's it.
That's it. That's been it for me, to be honest. Like
that's cool.
Like I said a little bit, it's gonna shift a little bit more. I have some ideas of how I want to focus on different styles of business, because DJing alone, like, yes, it's cool, but what happens when you don't have for 3 months a private event because of something? Like, okay, what do we have as security, as a backup, essentially? And I don't think it's wrong to like go to different channels. Sometimes it could be overwhelming, but as long as you keep them steady, I feel like anything is possible. Like, the limit does not exist.
Sorry, I'm about to cough.
But for sure.
Does it feel weird to be here on a Friday?
No.
It feels chill.
Yeah,
like you're missing out.
No. Okay, so lately, last 3 months, I don't have a desire to go out, because I really like want to just lock in. My friend Dora, she's like, lock in for 6 months, 7 months. Just work, and then you get to like enjoy. Like, so I don't really have FOMO. You got
traveling you want to do?
Yes, I'm gonna go
internationally. I know you got Alabama, but internationally at all whatsoever?
Ideally, I am going to Mexico in July.
La capital?
No, I'm going to San Luis Potosí, to Matehuala, nice. A little town called Carbonera.
Say what's up to the homie. I have a homie over there.
Oh, really?
She's in the radio. Well, she does it in the radio. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're from a little ranchito, Carbonera. We're going to go there, celebrate La Virgen's on 4th of July. So
that's nice.
Hang out, and then going skiing with my friend at the end of January, and then hopefully at the end of the year go on a Europe trip. But
that's awesome. Can't wait. All right. So we are running short on time. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Absolutely. Before I let you go, once again, all your social media, where can people find you at? I don't know if you got a website or wherever else they can find you at.
Yeah, so my Linktree is probably the best one. Instagram, but in TikTok, they're all SOLSIS DJ. For TikTok, Instagram, and Linktree.
And for booking as well, to reach out to you?
Yes, so there's a link on my Linktree for booking. You'll also see like YouTube videos, different options for cash and Venmo. No, I'm kidding.
I do see them. They're there. Saludos. Do you have any saludos? Anybody want to send shout outs to?
Shout outs, a lot of them. Obviously my family, my siblings, my brother, my grandmother. But definitely all the people that I've met. There's so many people that I've met that have helped me throughout this past year and the year before. I'm super grateful, and it's all based off of energy and interactions and vibes. So
that's
appreciate
cool.
that.
Awesome. I think I asked a little bit of a question, but let me just retouch just in case we missed anything. What is an important lesson that you learned doing DJing or the DJ business that you would tell your younger self that will help somebody else out? What would that be?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, starting your LLC, and from the beginning, organizing everything. That has been, I was probably 75% good at it. That 25, I recovered it for this year. But keeping on top of your expenses, your mileage, like all those little details, so it's easier at the end with taxes, and just staying organized. I feel like organized and preparation. Yeah. Key, right? Can you relate? Like, I feel like that's the most important thing.
Do you use any app that's kind of sort of easier for you to use it to track everything, or not necessarily? You just pencil?
No. I use HoneyBook as my CRM system. I use my calendar. It has.
I think she probably uses it. She's organized as heck too.
Okay. Yes.
Videographer, photographer, man.
So yeah, you know, man. It is. So I use that, and then my Google Calendar. Everything is organized, color-coded. All my contacts, anything related to business, I have a yellow circle next to it. So I know everything. It's like, if it's a client, because, personal, and it ends up mixing up the messages. So just literally staying organized that way.
No, that's great. Google is a great skill to have, to do it. Because you'll be stressed out, biting your nails, trying to figure it out. And
I wish I was like that with the music at first, and we wouldn't.
It's all good.
It's okay. It's a lesson.
It's a lesson. That's the reason why. That's the thing about entrepreneurs, right? Even let's say people don't understand that it's an entrepreneur journey more. Also a DJ, right?
Right.
But they don't maybe ponder those things about getting those things. And a lot of people, when they're entrepreneur, whenever they do or decide to jump into something, the number one thing that I found out about entrepreneurs is that they didn't know everything, nor did they care to know everything. But as they were advancing, all of a sudden, guess what? All the knowledge started happening.
Yes.
Mess ups, this and that, maybe not. Some were very lucky that nothing ever happened. But the only way they found out is until they started doing it.
Right. Then
it makes sense for them to keep doing it and where they at now.
It's kind of like no looking back.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's do or die, especially when your livelihood matters. And I like that pressure, to be honest.
That's true, though. But that's the only way for you to get going with anything. Like, if you never, like, you're paralyzed about doing anything, you're never going to do anything. Just thinking about it, you're just going to be in the same spot instead of pulling the trigger to be able to want to do something and do it.
I feel like the risk was awesome because just within me owning a business, I've matured so much. Like, it's been significant amount because I feel like with that responsibility comes a little bit more pressure into like shifting your mind of less of this and more of this.
Okay, one question. As a lady DJ, you know, I know you have some crazy drunk sometimes, airing about, you know. Yeah. Pretty lady. How do you maneuver all that stuff as far as like people maybe bad stories about people wanting to, you know, just weird approaches to you or things like that?
I mean, I get them from guys. I think I'm pretty assertive. Like, I'm pretty like, no, bro. I hit them with the no, bro, and I'm like, chill out. And it's really not hard for me to shut it down. I think the most annoying part is when you tell someone, hey, like they ask for a request. I don't mind taking a request, right? A request is a request. It's not a guaranteed. But I said, okay, yeah, let me think about it. Let me hear it. And if it fits the vibe, I'll play it. Doesn't fit the vibe, but maybe I'm gonna save it and might prepare. Maybe I'll throw it in later when it slows down. But they continuously come up to you or show you their phone, like same thing, and I'm like, yeah, bro, like I'm not gonna play it now. Like that just makes me not even want to think about it.
Or the $20 help.
Oh yeah, a little $20 will help. A little 20 will help. A little 100 helps even more, and that's happened to me. Oh, a crazy story. Drunk guy at a bar. I'm not gonna say which bar, but he literally was so intoxicated, was throwing $100 bills, and I was like, "No, bro, take them back. Like, I don't not. This is you're intoxicated, right?" He's like, "No, take it. Like, you're so fire." Like, and I walked out with like $400, $500 just cash.
That was not many hundreds he threw.
No, he did. He seriously did.
But everybody was grabbing it on the side? Or
no,
what?
I mean, it was throwing it at me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a secluded area.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Throw 100s at me, homie.
I feel like girl DJs have a little advantage on that for sure.
Yeah, I don't think guys are going to be rained on. Yeah. Guys shirtless and muscular with a DJ.
Why not?
Maybe he'll get some. You know, I got thrown $1 to $1.
$1, $2. $2 are the lucky ones, so you're good.
I got like 7 of them, 8 of them, 10 of them. I got 10 $2 bills. Okay, super lucky.
You're good.
All right. So usually throughout my day, sometime during my week, I say something along the lines that I'm not immortal, I am mortal, and I will die one day. Not to scare me or terrorize me, anything like that, right? It's a reality in life. We're not here forever. With that, it makes me hurry up and want to do things and make things happen. With that, I wish you a very long, prosperous life.
Thank you.
After everything's said and done, what do you want people to think and feel about your life?
Oh. About like who I am as a person?
As a person, in general, as a DJ, whatever you want them to take away from you.
That I am coming with genuine intentions and good energy. And if we connect and I can be a service to you, like I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm just excited for people to see like who I am as a business owner, aside from the club scene and all that stuff. So it's going to really show, you know, this upcoming year is really going to show me personally, not necessarily people in general, like who I am as a person, what I am, what responsibilities can I take on, even for the future family, like what I can provide. So I don't know. I'm just overall, nothing in general, but I'm overall excited just for myself to showcase to myself that I can do it and that I'm capable of a lot of things.
I can see you. You sound like a little firecracker that can make everything happen.
Basically.
Do you think doing what DJing right now seems to be like a calling for you? Or do you think you're still fairly young to maybe in the future it would be something else that it could be like a calling for you?
Oh, I would say this is a passing for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not gonna stop doing this anytime soon, but I don't see myself DJing forever.
Not at 50 years old getting down with the seniors?
For fun. For fun. That's fun. As a business owner, no, I definitely know. I feel like I'm slated to become somewhere in the medical field. Definitely probably a nurse.
Wow.
That's the direction that I'm going towards. But right now I'm focused on the business. People go back to school all the time. But I am.
Your business will have to be there if you structure correctly for you to run.
What's that?
A business doesn't have to necessarily have you all the time.
Oh, no, for sure. Because there's different outlets of, yeah.
I mean, there's all the kinds of DJs that don't know what to have the things you do and the connections you do and they need work.
Right.
And they'll be happy to take $500, $600 and whatever else is.
Exactly.
Money.
No, yeah. So this is because I want a family. Like I want to do all those things, and
awesome.
Being a DJ probably takes away from that.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's tiring at times. And it's not, I mean, shout out to the ones that been doing it for a long time. But sometimes I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. I like it. I DJ.
Yeah.
But I hardly ever want to call myself a DJ. I never taken any courses or anything. I just been a lot more of like hands-on, mess with a lot of DJs and know what they're doing. So I know how to shout out to my boy DJ Cream. He hooked me up with a lot of music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like,
yeah,
10,000 or more songs multiple times over. Yeah. So I have like a couple of drives of plenty of music for me to. Luckily, I know the music to be able to jam out.
Exactly.
And luckily, I can run my mouth as an MC. So I have all the equipment and everything, the simplest, whatever, it doesn't matter, but I can get a party done.
Right.
But don't consider me a DJ because I know some of the DJ oldies that used to scratch and everything else and everything. And that, again, to each their own.
Everyone has an opinion, right?
Everybody has an opinion. Yeah. But to me, it's just like, I am a DJ because I know how to do it and I can knock it out. But when they say it, like, oh, okay, cool. I'm not like,
I feel like the coolest thing that I heard was DJ is smooth transitions and energy carrier. Like that's it. Like you could, and playing the song at the best song at the right time.
Yep.
A lot of the DJs that are good, I feel like just have wonderful selection, wonderful process of getting organized and playing the right song at the right time and knowing the crowd.
Yep.
Transitions, smooth. But I mean, scratching, those are obviously like amazing skills that OGs have, and I'm like still learning these things. But I feel like to call yourself a DJ, I think be professional and like clean work.
True. That too. What do you think about the sync button?
No, the sync. Oh, I love the sync button. I use it and I don't use it. There's cool ways of using it.
I seen you work at the.
Like if you sync 2 tracks and one is half of it and you want to speed it up to the like you can use it to where it builds up tension, brings down tension on both tracks.
Yep.
There's different ways to use it.
Different ways, for sure.
As long as you know how to beat match.
Yeah,
right. That's the thing, right?
That's true too. And we are pretty much done. Thank you so much for the time. Again, it was pretty neat to be able to just run into it randomly at I think it was on a Saturday or whatever day it was during the day.
It was during the day.
And I was like, oh, it's pretty cool that she does that. I know a few DJ homies. We try to connect something together, but it's never happened. But I just noticed after we connected and we followed each other, I'm like, man, this girl is busy like all the time.
Yes,
and just your energy in general.
Thank you.
As far as like your mentality, as far as what you want to do with it, instead of just like being DJ and playing music because it's cool. Instead of like, there's one thing about the mentality of you knowing the responsibility you have because somebody's getting married and there's their most important day of their life. And a lot of people might just like, oh, whatever. But you're part of that whole thing. Yes. And the fact that you care for it says a lot more about you than other people that are just there just to do the job, and that's that. You know what I mean?
And I love. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. And without a shout out, DJ Sólsis, you are a Global Latin Factor. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes.
This was another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Remember to subscribe right now. Why? Again, you have nothing to lose and so much to gain, like these amazing stories that we are showcasing right now. And remember, we are just like you. We are people. We are the spice and flavor in this melting pot that it is the world. Till next time. Peace.